Hello, my name is Gordon, and today we're going to be playing Farmer's Dynasty. Uh, this is a game that my mother has asked me to play. She's trying to learn how to play cons- console games. In particular, she went out and bought a PS5. And this is one of the first games that she thought looked interesting, and so she started playing and it's been having a few minor issues, and so I decided that I went to go ahead and buy it. I'm going to play through slightly ahead of her, hopefully, and sort of try and be able to anticipate and explain any issues that she might have and to her. She's never gamed before. So this is going to be a primer into this game, and maybe if you've never played video games before, I might hopefully be able to explain some of the nuances of some of the languages of video games that you might not be aware of. Now, I myself am not a particularly great gamer, but I've been doing this for years now, and so hopefully, like I said, I can explain a few things to new gamers that might be interested in playing a game. And so let's go ahead and get set up and get rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and hit resume game and see. One thing I noticed when I set this game up originally was that the controls. Oh no, not that the controls. Those are the control options, by the way. That the sensitivity on this game was set to wild. Actually, it was set to mid-level, right about there. And so let's go ahead and run with that for a second. Woo! That is a little fast. We could probably work that, and as you can see, I'm sort of making that work by just sort of tapping the right stick around here, but that's not great. So we're going to go ahead and modify this again. So to do that, I'm going to hit that select button. I'm going to come down here to options, and I'm going to drop the controller sensitivity to about a quarter. And let's test that. Much better. So here I'm actually able to keep my thumb on the right stick and just sort of move around. Move my point of view around here. And so this is a much more usable control setting. I'm going to go ahead and just do one more thing here. We're going to drop the controller sensitivity all the way down to 0, or as close to 0 as possible. Let's see how that works. And now we have this slow as molasses option here. Obviously, that's sort of unusable as well. So we're going to go back. We're going to set this to no. We don't want that. We're going to go here and set our controller sensitivity to about a quarter of the way. All right. So this is our map screen and our info, and we get some information here. To get here, I tap that center sort of tactile or touch sensitive part of the controller, and if you look in the upper left hand corner of the screen, you can see where it says introduction. Talk to Oliver. Since your grandfather passed away, he has kept an eye on your farm. He'll show you around. So we're going to go talk to Oliver, who is that dude that you see in the front of the screen. And then we can see down here in the middle of the screen, we get some more information, which is basically just to repeat what's in the left. But we can see that we also get a reward of 1,000 social points. And then we're following this quest now, which is handy. So let's go ahead and meet Oliver. So we're going to walk up to Oliver.
Hello, I'm your neighbor. My name's Oliver. I've been looking after this farm since your grandfather passed away.
Nice to meet you, Oliver. I appreciate your help. So this is my heritage?
Yes, this nice farm and piece of land are all yours now. Welcome to our little county.
Thanks. I don't know much about farming, but I'm a quick learner.
I'm sure you'll fit in just fine. We're all good folk living here, and we help each other out. Please follow me. I'll show you around. Come on.
So right off the bat, I'm not exactly thrilled with the voice acting or animation here, but we're gonna rock with it anyway. So you're just gonna follow Oliver around. Let's see what happens. This is a common feature of video games, by the way. You can walk a lot faster than everyone else.
The farm is quite in a poor shape. Few repairs have been done here.
Yep. Look at all that. Look at all the holes in our structures.
Here's your house. The roof needs work, but you can have some sleep here, perhaps, or even store some food. You will have to bring this farm to a good shape yourself. Soon you'll see how to do it.
And
follow me.
Again, the writing is not great. But if you look in the general direction where Oliver looks or points, you can see the structures. And again, I'm using my right stick to direct the camera left and right and around.
Here's the garage for your vehicles. It's empty now, but I'm sure you'll need it pretty soon. Your grandpa didn't finish the upper floor, but if you can afford building materials, then you can fix the construction yourself.
Okay, so it sounds like we're going to have to do some repairs and somehow do construction work. That's interesting.
This is your barn. Empty for now, but you can use it to store hay for your animals. Just fix these holes first, or everything will get wet and rot.
Okay, so apparently we need to be worried about
your grandfather's old animals have all been sold. You will have to buy your own. The cowshed is old and needs some work, but it's still solid. You can do the fixes and upgrades yourself. Try fixing those holes first, so your animals stay healthy. I see you've come prepared and have your own tools. Good. Try to fix these doors since it's stuck and won't open.
Okay, so apparently we need to fix the doors. Just looking at the screen here, we have some information, which has now disappeared, but it basically said repair things. And we've got an icon on the upper left hand of the screen saying work mode menu. I don't really have much of an idea what to do here, so I'm going to go and press the triangle button, which is shown next to the work where it says work mode menu. Let's go and press that now. And here we go. We've got some basic information. Up in our left-hand part, we see that we have top upper right bit. You can see it says L1, R1, and right now it's on tool mode. If I tap R1, we go to, in the center of the screen, it's switch to repair, fix damaged building parts. Cool. I'm going to tap it again. Free hands, no tools. Looking slightly down from where it says L1, R1, we see we have some sort of inventory management system here where I've got apples, some tomatoes, milk, fish and tomato sauce, and condensed milk. Looking directly below that, you can see when I move this around here, it says eat apple, eat tomato, eat or drink milk. If I press the X button, it will do that thing. And my guess is the food counter that I see in the middle of the screen here, will increase whenever that happens. We're not going to do that just yet, but we'll get there. But directly below where it says drink milk with that X button, we can see some additional information about the various products there. We have milk, and its description is a fresh food, tasty but little nutritional value. Nutrition is plus 15. So my guess is if I were to go ahead and press the X button right now, it would add 15 nutrition points or 15 food points to my food counter, which is in the lower middle screen. Right there, it's on the lower middle of the screen. Let's talk about that now. It says your condition. And I can barely see it, but it says food 90, and I think I just saw it drop slightly, so that's good to know. And on the right hand of that bar, we have, it says sleep 94, and I just saw that drop down to 93. So even in this state right here, we are in real time, and our food and sleep conditions, our states are slowly dwindling. It also says keep your condition depends on both eating and sleeping. Keep your condition high to feel and work better. Okay, so apparently we need to keep well slept and well fed for this to work out best. Looking over on the right hand side, we have some additional information. Apparently it's Thursday, August 1st. It is 10:30 in the morning, and the weather looks like, well, based on the little sun icon, I'm assuming it's sunny. We have a bit of a forecast right below our date. Tomorrow it's apparently going to be overcast. Day after tomorrow it's sunny, and the next days are showing as sunny, 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 and then a bit of overcast. My guess is that's going to change on a daily basis, but we will find out. It says our social points are currently 0. We are an unsocialized, uncouth individual, but I'm sure that will change. And it says that we have 520 euros. Obviously, this game, based on the dialogue so far and the fact that it's in euros, was not made in America, but that's okay. I also have an option to click on something that says farm statistics. Let's go ahead and hit that button real quick. That is the square button. And here are farm statistics. Yeah, that's a lot of information. Currently, farm buildings fixed. Nothing has been fixed, but it does show our various farm buildings there. And my guess is as we fix those states, repair states will go from no to yes. Who knows? In the greenhouse, we see that we are currently showing nothing, but we have apparently tomato seedlings. So we can maybe plant some tomatoes at some point. That's a good thing to know. Fields owned. We own 2 fields. Crops growing: wheat 1 needs fertilizing, and canola 1 needs fertilizing. So apparently we currently have wheat and canola. We'll have a chance to look at those in a second, I'm sure. Seeds stored. Ooh, looks like we have some wheat. Looks like we have some fertilizer in stock. FertX in stock. I have no idea what that is. Unique formula of FertX acts as a fertilizer and manure combined. Oh, cool. So maybe we can make this FertX at some point. Our grain silo currently shows as having wheat 0. My guess is if we put canola into our grain silo, it shows canola and then gives an amount. I don't know. Grain storage, wheat 0. Fuel stock 40L. I'm assuming it's 40 liters. This is European after all. And looking at our animals and associated stuff, looks like we have straw for cows and hen food and 1,000 kilograms of manure. Cool. All right, so it says back, but it doesn't really explain how to get there. So I'm going to try pressing X real quick. That did absolutely nothing. So next we're going to try the circle button. That will bring us back, almost guaranteed. And that worked. So, oh, we forgot to go back there. So right now we're in free hands, no tools. I'm going to switch over to repair mode and see what happens here. And then we're going to press that 0 button or the circle button to get out. And hey, I've now got a nail gun in my hands that says, nail that! Alright, so I'm going to go over here to this door, and I'm going to press the square button. You can see it sort of says, repair old wood planks. It's got 2 radio buttons, it looks like. So I'm going to try pressing the square button. And it did something. I now have one of those radio buttons filled, so let's try pressing that again.
All right. It should open now.
It should open. I'm actually going to not open this.
Come
This
on.
is a video game thing. We're going to completely ignore what the dude says. Oh, never mind. We're going to follow him. We're going to follow Oliver here. Oh, look. Here is a crop, it looks like.
Build a scaffold to climb up there and check the roof.
Oh, okay. Wants us to build a scaffold. I have no idea how to do that. Let's take a look here. Triangle to open up work mode menu. Let's take a look there. And hey, scaffolding is now an option. Excellent. Yeah, we're going to go with that, I guess. Whoops, I was pressing buttons I didn't mean to. Scaffold, and then I think it said that there was, if I press R1, I can see engineer mode. We're going to press R1. Oh, well, that's interesting. So I can definitely see scaffolding here. So that must be where the scaffolding would go if I was going to place the scaffolding. Let's give that a shot here. Build, oh, and you can see I've got this green outline of where the scaffold is going to go. So I'm going to build scaffold with the square button. And hey, look, there's some scaffold. Cool. So I guess I could probably drop a few more of these things. We'll see how necessary that is. I'm going to go and switch work mode menu, but you know what? I just figured something out. If I press the left or right arrow buttons on the left hand of the controller, the left or right arrow buttons, it should. Ooh, wait, no. Apparently it was the up and down. Sorry. If I press the up and down arrow buttons on my controller, it will change my work mode. So right here is scaffolding mode. This is freehands mode. And then if you look at the bottom of the screen here, you can see a brick trowel. So that's repair mode, I believe. So we're going to switch over to repair mode now. If you take a look here, here we have our building. And if I hold down the R1 button or the right top trigger, I get into engineer mode. And if I approach that wall, repair old wood planks. Cool. So I can go ahead and press the square button to repair those old wood planks. I'll press and hold this side and see what happens. Okay, that fixed things. Let's go and do that real quick. Okay, and obviously I'm completely ignoring Oliver's suggestion of repairing the roof. Why am I doing that? Why am I not going and repairing the roof? Because this is the beginning of a game and I want to... I've got free resources. I can run around and repair things right now. And if I do what Oliver wants me to do, those resources might disappear. At least that's what happens in some games. But mostly I'm just trying stuff out at this point. Seeing what my game can do. Okay, so I've repaired some walls. Let's go ahead and head up the scaffolding. Looks like there's a ladder here. So I'm gonna walk up to the ladder. I'm gonna press up, and it just climbed right up that ladder. Excellent. We're gonna try that again. Walk into the ladder. Now, if it's more of a ladder and less of a staircase like that thing is, you might actually have to press a button.
Come back down when you're done. We need to go.
Okay.
Follow me.
Oh, I haven't done anything yet, Oliver. We're gonna have to do something about that later, but I guess for now we're gonna follow Oliver.
You can store harvested grains in the silo, so you can use these later, or sell them if you want. Before you use the silo, remember to fix it first.
Yep, that's gonna need some fixing. Oh, I appear to be holding some sort of weird grinder now.
Take a look at the greenhouse. You can grow some veggies here fast to earn some quick money. Still, you'll have to fix these holes so your plants can grow to a best effect. I see your grandfather bought some materials to fix it already. You can use it to rebuild the greenhouse as good as you can.
Okay. So I'll just took a seat, and let's go ahead and press the middle touch this section. And we're going to look at the information here. Introduction. Use the steel sheets to fix at least the greenhouse door. Now it says at least. That means we can do the whole, that means we can probably do more than just the door. My guess is we'll be able to do the whole greenhouse, and we're going to try and do the whole greenhouse before we fix that door. The reason I want to leave the door to the last is because that is our trigger point. That's what Oliver is looking for. If we go and fix that door now, he's going to go and do his own thing. He's going to tell us to do different things. We don't necessarily want that. We have the opportunity to fix the entire greenhouse, so let's go ahead and do that. But hey, we're going to get social points for fixing the greenhouse. Cool. We're going to pick up that, and hey, look, I've got some sort of TIG torch, it looks like. So I'm going to walk up to the section here, and it says rebuild rusty metal with metal. So I can rebuild it. I'm going to go ahead and change my, my work mode here. Again, that's the up or down button. Scaffolding might be useful. Here's the grinder, and so if I come up to that section, I can repair the rusty metal. But you know what? Rebuilding is better than repairing, so let's just go ahead and rebuild the thing. So, I'm going to walk up to the building, I'm going to press and hold square. And apparently that's not a TIG torch. Must be some sort of rivet gun. Anyway, so we're going to go and roll around this. Like I said, it's usually best to avoid, or to, not avoid, but game the system a little bit if you can. However, you don't have to game the system. If you want to go ahead and talk to Oliver, or fix the door and talk to Oliver quickly, that's totally fine. However, in this situation when we're just learning how to use the game, it can be best to play around a bit and try and figure out what the action points are. Or the trigger points, I should say. And this is pretty easy stuff at the moment. We're just going around and pressing and holding the square button whenever we look at these panels of the greenhouse. This guy's left arm here is a little weird, I gotta say, looking at the animation here. Okay, we're coming around. Like I said, I'm gonna avoid fixing this thing because that's the door, and I don't want to do that just yet. Cool. So, oh, it looks like the roof up there is pretty rusty too. So, let's try building that scaffolding. Go in engineer's mode real quick and find a place for the ladder section. Build that scaffolding. Now, if I didn't know to press, if I hadn't read that section where it says engineer mode, I might switch into scaffolding mode and walk up and start laying down scaffolding. Like here's a section of scaffolding. Obviously that's not going to do much. Let's try that again. Oh look, cool. That one's there. And I might just keep doing this until I found something that I could get on, like right there. I found that one. I didn't use engineer's mode to figure out where to place that. So let's go ahead and walk up the scaffolding and see what we can do here. And again, I use the up and down arrows to switch to through the work modes. Let's try something. No. Okay, so I'm pressing buttons here, and one thing I just noticed, whoops, I fell off. Good thing I've got decent health here, is that if I press the apparently left trigger, I can jump. So we're going to try and jump on the roof like that. And so now I can access the entire roof section here, which is handy. So I'm going to start in this corner over here, and we're going to start repairing that roof. Or rebuilding the roof, I should say. And so I'm just walking along and putting my crosshair, or the center point of that viewer, on the different panels of the greenhouse. And as soon as I see text, at this point I just start pressing the square button. And that's doing the job of fixing the roof. Oh, these must be the windows, or the operable section of the skylights. Yeah. Okay. We're just going through again and fixing everything, and we'll get to Oliver when we're ready. And our magic rivet gun here is able to power wash and de-rust all of the things. You notice I just repaired this section here, or replaced this section of material here, and I've got this window, it looks like. Or this little frame instead of a frame. My guess is, like I said, this is an operable section of the greenhouse, so we're going to go ahead and fix that as well. And again, in games like this, it is a good idea to look for signs that you might have, that there might be a little bit more work to do. And like I said, I've played this a little tiny bit. I'm going to show you something when it comes to repairing the house that will drive you crazy if you don't know what to look for. I think the reason that one took me so long is I might have been on a boundary between two roof panels, and so the computer didn't realize which section I was trying to fix. It made up its mind and decided to fix one first, but that can also be an issue. Let's try something. I'm to repair that, I'm going to walk over here, and then I'm going to go over here and try and repair this one for a second. And then we'll do this one. Okay, so I repaired one of these. I think it was this window, halfway. I've come back here and it looks like that repair state is no longer there. So I'm going to try this one more time. I've got half a repair state here, and so I'm going to walk off and repair something. We'll come back and see what's happened. So again, we're just experimenting at this point. And hey, come back, and that repair state, it's gone. So apparently it does not keep your repair states. You've got to complete the whole process. I gotta say, repairing the roof in a video game is a heck of a lot more fun than repairing the roof of a real house. Mostly because I don't like heights. So let's go ahead. Oh, okay, so now you have the opportunity to switch to scaffolding mode, and now it says remove scaffolding when I'm looking at this existing scaffold. I'm not entirely sure if I even have to do this, but we're going to do it anyway, just because. And The only thing that's letting me know that I can move that scaffolding is the little button, the little indicator in the upper left-hand part of the screen. So I'm going to hit that button. Okay. So I'm going to stand back and enter engineer's mode, and it looks like all those tables in there are showing up as red. So we probably need to go in and fix those as well. We'll go up to this door. Ooh. I can't walk through the door. That's interesting. Or at least it doesn't let me. It doesn't look like it'll let me. Let's try. Huh. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix around the door real quick. Fix the door frame, and now we'll go and fix the door. Okay, so it says I completed the repairs, and I'm going to stay far away from Oliver. I could go up to him and start talking to him, and he would probably do something and lead me off somewhere, but let's see if we can sneak in here without activating Oliver. Hey, and that seems to have worked, so we're going to go and repair this stuff as well. And again, in the beginning of the game, if I can get an extra free piece of material or some extra work time to get established, it's usually worth it, sort of, kind of. So there we go. And then I'm going to look at engineer mode. Oh, look, that needs there. Let's jump up on that table real quick. Did I know that was going to work? No, I made a guess. Sometimes it does. Sometimes doing things like that works. Sometimes they don't. If they don't, I would have gone out and built the scaffolding. Okay. I don't see it in engineer mode, but it looks like you can rebuild the rusty metal with metal. So let's go ahead and do these poles as well. And you know, as far as the actual walking around and doing things portion of the game, so far this isn't bad. The dialogue's a little but the gameplay itself is at least functional, and so that's a good thing. That did all sorts of nice things to that. That's good to know. Look at Agro Shop. Okay. Ooh, hey, look. A reward, you fixed the greenhouse. Congratulations to your neighbors. Appreciate the work. You received 3,000 social points. Cool. I don't know what those social points are going to be used for, but we'll figure it out at some point. Okay, let's look around here. Oh, hey, look, some information. I'm in engineer's mode. I'm checking to see if there's anything else I need to do in this structure to fix it. And I pulled up, hey, and that's when I saw actually a couple pieces of information. So if you look at the sort of the center of the screen here, it says seed storage. Use this to store and change seedlings to plant in your greenhouse. So my guess is I'm going to be able to come through here and press on this. In fact, let's go up here. X to use seed storage. There's the seeds I have. Looks like I've got 10 tomato seeds in storage. Cool. I'm going to press the circle button to get out of it. And then I also noticed here that Oliver has a little meh face next to him. So my guess is if I do things and interact with him, I will either make that face better or worse, sort of depending on what I'm doing. So if I go and tell him that I don't particularly like the look of his face, he will probably get sad, and his face will turn into a sad face. And if I don't know, help repair his farm or something, he will probably improve his outlook, as far as I can tell. So, is there anything else? You know what? Just looking at it, that looks a little under repaired. Let's go up there and repair that, rebuild that. My guess is the other gable end over there is also looking a little bit under repaired, so let's go and take care of that. Okay, that's looking brand new and beautiful. Huh. Let's see about that water tank. Nope. Okay. Ooh, hey, look at this. So I just put my crosshair over this thing and it says open/activate. Press X. Okay, let's press the button. And my screen looks like it's getting wet, and I see little puffs of something coming out of the sprinkler heads. My guess is that's water, and if I had plants here, they'd probably be getting watered right now. And the arrow here is moving, and it stops where the comfort level stops at the top of the green comfort level. If I press that again, my guess is it'll go wet. Let's find out. Ooh, hey, it doesn't want us to get our plants too wet here. That's good, I guess. And my guess is if I let things drop a little bit, it'll get into the yellow and red zone for dry. It just told me I'm a little hungry. Good to know. Let's take a look at that real quick. We're going to press the triangle button and look at my condition. It says food 65 and sleep 66. So I am in fact burning through food and sleep, which is sort of to be expected. Cool. Let's go talk to Oliver.
Have you finished your task? You were pretty good at this. I'm sure you'll do well on this farm. Actually, I might have a job for you myself.
What is it?
Why don't you come to my place and do some fixes to my barn? It's mostly roof that needs work, but some walls need attention too. I don't have much money, but I'll give you my old tractor as a reward. I'm sure you can use it.
Alright, so we got the dialogue options here. I'm going to go ahead and use my left stick to sort of select through those. I got two options. I have sounds good, I'll take care of this. Or thanks, but not now, maybe later. We're going to go ahead and select sounds good. I'll take care of this. A couple things to know here, especially depending on the type of game you're playing. If I go ahead and press X and select that, the character might say exactly that, sounds good, I'll take care of this. However, in some games, the character might say something slightly different. So it'll be effectively, sounds good, I'll take care of this. But it might be something along the lines of, you've got yourself a deal there, Buster, or something along those lines, right? So just be aware that the dialogue that you see, dialogue options you see may or may not be what comes out of the character's mouth. And that writers of these games will tend to use that, especially if they're doing their job well, will tend to use that to progress the storyline, progress the plot, make it a little bit more interesting. So let's go and press X on sounds good, I'll take care of this. And we're going to highlight that and make sure it's in yellow.
Sounds good. I'll take care of this.
They weren't creative.
All right. I'm going back home now. Good luck, and see you around.
And Oliver walks off into the distance. Oh, hey, we've got a save option here. We're going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to go to new save data. Obviously, I've already been playing this for a while. I'm going to go ahead and select the new save here so you guys can follow along with. Anytime you give them the save option, go ahead and save it. Okay, so Oliver's running off that way. Let's go and take a look at our map here and take a look at what our options. Go to Oliver's farm and fix his barn. Use engineer's sight to see which sections of the barn need repairs. Cool. And then if I press the down arrow, let's see what happens. Okay, so because I've got, it looks like two objectives here. Help Oliver and Home Sweet Home. Home Sweet Home is apparently Home Sweet Home. Complete repairs on your farm and I get 20,000 social points. That's good to know. Oliver is going to give me a Jack Bear C and 100 social points. And it's also, if you look below that, it says, this quest being followed now. So if I'm looking around here, the arrow here is going to point to that quest, which is handy. And then if you look over here, this icon here, sort of depends on the game, but this icon in this game means that this is me, and this is where I am headed, or pointing right now. So my character is pointed down this sort of path right now. Let's take a look, and yes, I am pointed down a path. So let's try something. I'm going to walk up this path a little bit. Let's take a look at that map now. Can't really see it, but I think I've progressed a little bit. Let's zoom in a bit. By the way, you want to know how to zoom in? I'm looking at the map here, and at the bottom left hand of the screen it says R1, L1 to switch view. So I tap that and the icons change, which is good to know. Oh look, there's a map of probably everything in this area. Cool, all the various shops and things. We'll look at that later probably. Quest icons, so we've got some different quest options available. We could go talk to John. And over here we can go to church apparently, Joy. And then we can go down here and fix one of the buildings. Cool, so we have different quest options. We're going to just focus on Oliver at the moment, but that's good to know. Here are the vehicles. I apparently get a grass mower and old pickup truck. Good to know. I could actually go probably hop in that and drive to Oliver, so I'm just going to walk up the street and follow him though. And below that it says to zoom in or zoom out, use the L2 or R2 buttons. Those are the main trigger buttons on your controller. And so I'm using L2 to zoom out and R2 to zoom in. And then below that it says set waypoint. We're going to actually try and set a waypoint. We're just going to set that right there at that crossroad right here, set waypoint. You can barely see it, but that looks like a stick, one of our sticks, and it looks like the right stick maybe, or the left stick, I'm not sure. I'm going to press the left stick down. By the way, if you don't know, the joysticks here, you can press them down and they are a third button. So we're going to press L3, that's the left stick down, straight down. Nothing happened. Okay, let's try R3 down. Okay, apparently R3 right stick down creates a waypoint. Let's see if we can, we're going to pop out of this map here. And hey look, there is now a star on my screen. That's our waypoint. That could be handy. And if we look at the bottom left hand of the screen again, it says delete waypoint. We're going to go and delete that with the right 3 button again. That's the right stick down. And boom, it's removed that waypoint. Now if you look at the screen, that waypoint is gone on this screen as well. Cool. I wanted to try one other thing. So right now I am facing the way John is walking, and there's a triangle in front of me. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn my character 180 degrees away from that triangle. So I'm going to face away from the triangle. I'm going to press the map button one more time. And if you take a look at this icon, the point of the icon is now facing away from the direction of that John. There we go. We're facing away from the direction of the Oliver triangle. So apparently, let's try that again. The direction of this point is the direction that you are headed, which is handy. So we're going to go ahead and follow Oliver now. Hey, look, we have a distance reading of 350-ish meters away. We're going to go and follow that by walking. And we're walking. And we're walking. And we're going to keep walking. And I'm not going to wait for Oliver to show up. We're just going to walk over there. Oh, apparently if I wanted to purchase this field, I could press X and purchase this field. I'm not going to bother with that right now. My guess is I do not have enough money to purchase that field, but I might do that in the future. We shall see. All right. So, my guess is that's the building John wants me to fix, or Oliver, whatever his name is. Anyway, it's got definitely needs some repair work done, and there's an arrow over the top of it. Let's get to work. I use my up arrow button to cycle through and drop some scaffolding here. Let's take a look at engineers mode. Scaffolding shows up, and hey, those red sections there, all what need to be repaired. We're going to drop that scaffolding right there with that square button. And now we're going to go ahead and switch to repair mode, which apparently is a weird grinder at the moment. And now we have our nail gun, so just switch into repair modes. Alright, and we must be using an electro nailer. I like it. The sounds aren't perfect, but they're not far off of a nail gun up close. That's sort of cool. Our usage is a little slapdash, but okay. Some games might actually make you place each individual plank. I'm glad it's not doing that to us. Ooh, let's try something. I'm going to try and walk and fall into this hole just to see if it's an option. Apparently not on this roof. We might try it on a different roof and see if we get other results. I would in general say you should try and avoid falling through holes in video games, as it tends to damage your health, but we don't have a health bar, so it may not do anything to us. Except for inconvenience us a little bit. Or might get us into a place where the game can't quite figure out where we are, and then we would need to restart the hole. Or restart or go back to our last save, which would be inconvenient. Okay, so the roof is complete. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next item on the list. I can apparently just jump off that. That's good to know. We're going to switch over to scaffolding, again using that up button, and we're going to remove that scaffolding. I like to keep the worksite clean. We're gonna switch back over to repair mode. And those walls all look good. Those walls all look good. Those walls look good. Ooh, that one does not. Let's go and fix that. Repair old air bricks. These are European bricks. They're cool. They entrain air into the bricks. That means they trap air into the cement of the bricks, and the bricks have vague insulation properties. Ooh, hey look, I can repair a rusty metal. It's not really on the list for today, so we're gonna leave it alone. No sense in doing all this guy's work just yet. Besides, he might pay us to do it later. I just got smacked around by a door. I think that's everything. Let's go take a look at Oliver. Hey, look! Oliver's mood has improved. He's now showing us showing himself as having a green smiley face.
But do they deliver? Don't think so.
And
It's true. Heard it on TV.
Delilah and Natasha are having
That's what they all tell us.
conversation.
Depends on how you look at that.
Occasionally it's a good idea to listen to these,
That's
but
no surprise.
my guess is this is just flavor.
That sucks.
Could have got an extra half hour in bed.
Huh.
That's what they tell us.
Anyway,
Looking good and solid. Thank you. Now, I don't have much money, but as promised, that old Jack Bear over there is all yours. It should do well until you can afford a real new tractor, but you can totally start field work now.
Yep, my funds are kind of short, but I think I'll need more farming machines.
You should talk to people. I'm sure a lot of them will have some work for you too. You'll need a plow, a seeder perhaps, and I've seen a cultivator already on your farm. Good luck with farming.
I will look around. Thank you.
okay. So, we got a tractor, and hey look, there's a handy dandy waypoint on it. Let's go and look at that tractor. Auto save option. Cool. Let's take a look at our map real
No
quick.
surprise.
Here is our homestead, so we're going to head towards that arrow.
It's true. Heard it on TV.
Now, I've never driven one of these tractors or been around it, but this sounds sort of kind of like a Pop and Jenny gasoline engine. My guess is this is actually going to sound pretty close to what a old John Deere C would sound like. And of course, they're just changing the names to avoid copyright here, but I'm pretty sure this is a John Deere C or something, painted red and given the Jack there just for all of it. That's a good looking tractor all the same. Now, to steer this, I am using my left stick as I just sort of move around here. I can change the perspective that I'm looking at this thing by moving my right stick. I usually like to hang out right behind the center of the vehicle so I can see what's ahead of me. If I wanted to, I can swing all the way around here, which is handy if I want to like back up or something. So I might use that to back up to the back of a structure. Okay, we also have some options here. Work mode menu. Just changes what's on hand, so that's good to know. Cruise control. Let's swing around here and give us some space to see what that does. So cruise control is apparently left R3s, or sorry, L3. That's left stick down. I'm gonna press that. And hey, we're cruising along here at 23 miles an hour, and I'm not having to press the trigger button, the right trigger button to do that, which is handy. I'm gonna press off that though, real quick. And so now I'm slowing down. To speed up, I'm gonna press the right trigger button. Let's try something. I'm gonna go ahead and press cruise control again. It's gonna speed us up to the speed, to full speed. We're gonna head back into our house, and then I'm going to just try tapping on the left trigger, which is usually the brake in these games, or when you're driving a vehicle. So I'm gonna tap L3 now, and it takes us out of cruise control and starts slowing us down or reversing us. Change camera. Oh, hey, that's kind of cute. I can switch camera views with the R3 button. So that's the character player. And hey, I can't actually look behind me. That's sort of cool. So that's done well. That's right behind the dude. And there's even further behind the dude. Good to know. I'm getting information. I'm getting a little hungry. Let's try the lights. That's up arrow. Hey, I get some headlights and exit the jack there, so I'm done screwing up the tractor. Just hit the circle button and I jump out. So it's getting a little late here, and so I'm gonna go ahead and sleep for the moment and take a look here. So we're gonna take a look at this house, and the house is not in great repair. At least the tile isn't. We're gonna have to go look for this for a bedroom or something. That looks like our kitchen. Some sort of living room, a bed, and a crib. So this has got to be like a nursery or something. Good to know. Let's see what's in here. A dining room. That door is missing a panel. Down here we have the cellar and cans of food. I wonder, pantry. Ooh, the pantry has food in it. That's good to know. So we're gonna pop up here. Let's go up these stairs and see what's up here. There's something. Oh, hey, look, that's a cellar. That's good. Some sort of living room. Let's go up to the cellar real quick. Oh, we're gonna have to do some work up here. And a chest. Let's see what's in the chest. We do actually have stuff in the chest. So it looks like we can take a look. Let's go ahead and move this to the inventory. By the way, switch between inventories here. I'm using the L1 and R1 buttons here. And so I switch over to the chest inventory. I'm selecting those items here. I'm gonna leave that silver ring here. We don't need it right now. Let's go back downstairs. Maybe. Okay, so that's a little irritating, but oh well. Let's open up this last door here. And hey, wouldn't you know it, there's a bed. And if I go up to this bed, it gives you a couple options. Sleep on bed or rest for a week. So we're gonna go ahead and press sleep on bed. It's gonna advance time for us until about, it looks like 6 o'clock in the morning. And hey, take a look at our condition. It says that our food state's still at 42, but our sleep state is at 100%. I eat this last apple, and maybe a couple of those, and we're good. But let's go ahead and call it a day. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the select button, come down here to save game. And I am going to select this save. I'm going to save over my autosave. Do I want to overwrite this data? Yes, otherwise it's going to take up all the space on my console. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night at the moment and leave you guys to it. So, have a good night.